Whether you're planning to spend the day solo or loved up with your favorite person, there's one thing I know for sure, and that is that there is no shame in feeling and looking your best on Valentine's Day. Hello and welcome to the Korean Beauty Show podcast. I'm your host, Lauren Lee, K-beauty expert, the founder of Style Story, where you can shop, learn and explore the world of Korean skincare, and the founder of Korean beauty brand Jellyco. So welcome back to the show. You will have probably noticed that today's episode is a day late, and that is because over the weekend it was the Lunar New Year holiday in Korea. Obviously here we do not call it Chinese New Year because it's celebrated in all of Asia, and technically the festival is based on the moon, which is why it's a lunar festival. The dates change every year. So here in Korea it is called Solal, and in other Asian countries it has different names as well. I know in Vietnam they call it Tet, and there will be different names for it that is not just Chinese New Year. I think it's a pretty, let's say it's a pretty white person thing to call it Chinese New Year, but here it is Solal or Lunar New Year. So we had the break for Solal, which means that work was off, school was off, and my schedule was completely off. So I am only now getting to this week's episode today. It is a really nice time of the year to be in Seoul in particular, and there is a good reason for that, and that is that Solal is the time of year when everyone, traditionally, this is of course, you know, back in the days, what was traditionally done was that people would travel back to their family to be with them, and of course a lot of people are not originally from Seoul, even though that's where a lot of people have ended up. So I, of course, have a completely foreign family, 100% foreign family living here in Korea. We do not have any relatives. We do not have any obligations on the holidays. We don't have, like, you know, people that we need to go and answer to or whatnot. We don't have relatives to be grilled by. I think the theme and the vibe for Solal and also for Chuseok as well, which is Korean Thanksgiving, is very much similar to, say, your Christmas or maybe even Thanksgiving, where everyone sort of gets together, you eat way too much food. There are, you know, special things involving the ancestors, and then also, you know, money as well is usually traditionally given to the children. But that it is very much a family-oriented holiday. So a lot of people that live in Seoul clear out, they head down south or back to the regions and districts where they come from. So it is an absolutely shocking time of the year to try and do anything on the roads or be traveling. Like I made that mistake once. I think the last time I made that mistake was in a very, very long time ago, like probably over 10 years ago. I'm trying to think when the last time would have been. I did it once. I would never do it again. The other thing is the public transport is not operating like it normally is, which means depending on where you are, you can get stuck out in the middle of nowhere. There are no taxis. The buses and trains are not on their regular schedules. So just be aware if you are thinking about, you know, potentially planning a holiday to anywhere in Asia, but particularly Korea is just abysmal. Like Chuseok and Solal are terrible, terrible times to travel around in Korea. I think if you're just here in Seoul, it's awesome because it does clear out a little bit more, so there's not as many people. Downsides, of course, are that things are closed. So a lot of like restaurants and stuff like that, the staff obviously want to go on holidays, the owners want to go on holidays, so they will be closed. And look, back once upon a time, it used to be the case that the roads were a little bit clearer in Seoul on the holidays, but the traffic was pretty abysmal pretty much all long weekend. So look, this is a bit of a tangent. This is just my excuse for why the show is a little bit late. But I thought, you know what, it's a Korean beauty show. We are talking about K-beauty products. This is a really important part of Korean culture as well, being one of two main holidays that we have in the year. And it is also a time when a lot of people take off work. So like postage and everything shuts down. Everything gets a little bit slower. Because people do actually take time off work. Koreans are notorious, I think, worldwide for not taking much time off work, for at least being at work for too long, I will say that. And in terms of like efficiency, I don't know that it's quite matching the hours that they put in, that's for sure. But people stay at work, spend a lot of time at work. So this is one of the few times of the year when people will not be at work. So if you've got delays on stuff coming from Korea, that will be why. So what I wanted to do is do a little Valentine's Day special. We tend to do this around the same time every year, just because it is a little bit of fun. I think, Valentine's, especially nowadays, has become a little bit more synonymous with self-care. Like, I get that there's rampant consumerism. People tend to spend a lot of money on things like fancy dinners and wines and chocolates and, full obnoxious flower displays. If you work in an office, you'll know that every year there are some people that just get really, really over the top, like displays of flowers delivered to them. And then everyone sort of goes, nuts and, oh my gosh, and who's this from? And like, does someone have a secret admirer? Or is that there might be someone's husband or whatnot that takes it really, really seriously. But more than that, I think it is just a good time to spend a little bit of time focusing on feeling and looking your best. And I think Korean skincare and K-beauty products are so perfect for that, especially in 2024 when a lot of this stuff is not as expensive as other products on the market. So what we're doing over at stylestory.com.au is we're actually offering 14% off some of our pampering faves. So I wanted to run through those today. And just a quick reminder that if you do like the show and you want to support us, you can shop your Korean beauty products at stylestory.com.au and jellyco.com. There are other ways to support us as well. You can follow us on social media, share and like our content. We are a small business. So any support that you can give, if you find any value in the show, would be absolutely amazing. It's not easy to run a small business. So if you do get any value from any of these episodes, I would absolutely love it if you could, just throw us a quick like or a share. That would be very, very much appreciated. All right. So on to some of the products that I think are absolutely perfect. And the first one is the Apieu milk. It's called Milk One Pack Strawberry Milk. And why it's called a pack is because that is the Korean name for a sheet mask. So don't be confused if you see that and you're like, oh, what does that mean? Pack is mask in Korean for sheet masks and also for sleeping masks as well. So these ones are literally so cute. I think this is one of the things that made me fall in love with K-beauty in the first place, is just having fun with skincare. Like, it doesn't need to be clinical and boring. And in my experience, the more clinical and boring looking the products are, the more they jack the prices up. Those kind of products tend to run into the hundreds of dollars. But if you look at a lot of the formulas and you actually study the ingredients in them, there's not always the use case for the price, let's put it that way. And I feel like a lot of Korean beauty brands do like to have fun with beautiful products and still use good ingredients as well. And this is one of them. So Apieu is actually the little sister brand of Misha. So Misha, if you are a fan of their BB creams, maybe you've used their treatment essences, their Borobit ampoule, the purple ampoule. I think it's now being called Night Revolution. I think we're on to the 5th upgrade. Anyway, this is the little sister brand to that. So it is designed for younger skin. It's designed for skin in sort of its teens and 20s, and the price points match as well. But that doesn't mean that you can't use them just for a little bit of fun. And this one actually does contain milk extract, which can be quite good for hydrating and brightening the skin. It's also got strawberry extract as well, which is vitamin C rich, and the outside of it looks like a carton of pink milk. So it just fits the theme for Valentine's Day perfectly. It's a little bit of fun. It has some quality ingredients in there, glycerin and things like that. So that is 14% off at the moment on the Style Story website. Now, the second one is the APLB EGF Collagen Moisture Cream. And if you have been tuning into the show this year, you will have probably heard the news that APLB has redone their entire line, and they have culled, I'm going to say 95% of their products and released new products. And I was actually speaking to the founder, the Depunim of APLB, and he said to me, just to let you know, it's no longer APLB. We're going to go with the English, pronunciation. So it will be now APLB. So that's going to take a little bit of time for me to get used to, because I have been, I guess, thinking of it in that way. And it's actually spelt out phonetically in Hangul as APLB. So there you go. It's APLB now, that he said is what they have decided to run with. So it's his brand. He would know. That's what we're calling it, APLB now, guys. So their collagen moisture cream, the EGF collagen moisture cream, is one of the best sellers in Korea. And this is one of the products that they have decided to keep. For how long, I'm not sure, but this one is going to be there. And it is a really good moisturizing cream if you are looking for something for mature skin, so tired looking skin. Obviously, EGF is one of these really, really great ingredients that can help with lots and lots of different things. It is a very popular ingredient in Korea at the moment, as is collagen, so hydrolyzed collagen. And look, I know collagen gets a little bit of a bad rap when it's in topical skincare like this, but it does have a lot of hydrating benefits for the skin. It can help promote a smoother skin tone, reduce the appearance of fine lines, because of course skin that is properly hydrated just looks more elastic, softer, and all of those visible signs of aging are just smoothed out a little bit more. And APLB really does have stellar formulas. This also has glycerin, niacinamide, macadamia seed oil. It's got witch hazel, tea tree leaf extract. So lots of good ingredients in there for the skin, and it is pH balanced as well, which is often really important for people that have sensitivities. So go and check that one out if that sounds like you. A really, really nice product. It's got a pink label on it, fits the Valentine's theme perfectly, but it's just a really nice cream to assist in keeping your skin firm and more supple as well. Now, the next product on my list is for a completely different skin type and probably age range as well. So the last one was really great for mature skin. This one, I'm going to call it, I think this is going to be the best fit for people in their teens and 20s. And that is the Beauty of Joseon Red Bean Water Gel. And that's just because of how lightweight the formula is. This is not going to be enough hydration for people that do have, really dry or more mature skin types. But it's got a really fun and interesting formula. So they've included red bean. And the reason that they've done that is because that sort of, I guess it fits in with the Beauty of Joseon brand concept, which is, trying to incorporate some of these ingredients that were used in the Joseon dynasty, Korea's dynastic period, by, women who cared for their skin, for royalty and all of those things. And obviously the price point is way down at the entry level to the market. So you don't need to worry about, going out and spending big on a lot of the heritage brands and brands that take hanbang very, very strictly and very seriously are often extremely expensive. If you don't know a lot about hanbang skincare and you want to do more of a bit of a deep dive into it, go back through the podcast archives and listen into the episodes that I did last year on hanbang skincare, because there is a lot of debate back and forth in the industry here in Korea about what should constitute hanbang skincare, where the ingredients should be sourced from, because obviously if you're going to call it Korean skincare, particularly when it comes to some of the more prized ingredients, there is the notion among some people in the industry that you should be only getting those ingredients from Korea. You shouldn't be importing them from countries like China or whatnot and including them in your products. So that is a total tangent, but suffice to say that there are hanbang styles of product available at all ends of the market, and this is sort of like an entry level with prices to reflect that. But a really interesting formula that does contain 44% of red beans. It's also got peptide complex, glycerin, betaine, and panthenol. So if you have oily skin and you want to feel like your skin is just balanced out, not overly oily, but not greasy either, then I think this is a really, really good product. And again, it's 14% off at the moment too. Now, another product on my list is the I Do Care Bright Side Up Serum. And this is just a really, really fun version of a hydrating vitamin C serum. It comes in a lightweight jelly formula, and it gives the skin a really plump look. It's got lots of different brightening ingredients in it. It's got vitamin C, vitamin B5 and E, grapefruit extract, which is very popular in Korea. Also to drink as well. Chamong is what we call it in Korean, and it is just a really nice citrusy, that kind of vibe, and it has a really, really vivid color, and so does this serum as well. It also contains niacinamide and glycerin. So this is just a nice, lightweight, brightening and hydrating vitamin C serum that I think a lot of people will find it easy to use in their skincare routine. I mean, Apieu Care is not really age specific, but I think they're kind of going more for the teens and 20s in terms of their formulation. That is what I would say. Like, obviously don't come at me if you're a bit older than that and you love their products. That's totally fine. But just in terms of the skin type that they are catering more towards, I think that is who they're targeting with that product. So if that sounds like you, that might be a nice one for you to try out as well. Now, my own personal favorite, I have included them on the list because they're just perfect for, dates or anytime you're doing your makeup, and that is Rom&nd's Juicy Lasting Tint. I think if there's any chance of a kiss on Valentine's Day, I would not forget to put these on your lips. These are also the best-selling tints in Korea. They are extremely popular in Japan. They create plump lips with a vivid tint as well, so you can create lots of different looks depending on how you layer them, and they do actually layer quite well. How I apply mine is once I've done my makeup, I actually put, because of how dry my skin and my lips get, I do our Jellicoe Gelato Glaze lip mask first as like a hydrating treatment, and what I find is if I do that, then it's the perfect prep for lips before makeup. And so whatever lip makeup you put on after that, it just glides on. If I don't appropriately prepare my lips before, what I find is that the lip tints generally tend to fade away a little bit faster, or you get this really crusty kind of look to them sometimes. And this is, for me, a problem across all brands. It's not specific to any brand. It just seems to happen, is that I'll get little dry bits, or they just dry out a little bit quicker and don't look as nice. So that's personally what I do. I go in with Gelato Glaze Lip Mask first, put the Rom&nd Juicy Lasting Lip Tint over the top. My personal favorite color is Fig, but it is a really personal thing. I've seen some of the reviews on our website that people are like looking for their favorite color and they can't quite find it, and this is an issue for me too. Oftentimes if you try it on in a store or whatnot and you put it on the back of your hand, it's not the same color as your lips either, so that is not like a surefire way to get the right color either. I tend to prefer a little bit of a pinky color, but funnily enough, I think Fig is actually quite a bit darker than I would normally go. And the other product that I'm absolutely loving layering over the top of that at the moment is the Glasting, I think it's called Glasting Melting Balm in Meteor Track. That one is absolutely beautiful, and it just gives your lips I don't know how I would describe it. It's kind of almost like frosting, if that's the right way to say it. I think maybe like a frosted look. It's not super over the top though. They just look like really, really plump and hydrated. So I'm absolutely loving that combination at the moment, and I put like all three in my bag to carry them around and do a little bit of a touch up. And that reminds me, someone left a comment on Spotify. I'm not sure when it was. I only got a chance to have a look at it last week, and she was saying, oh, please, can you do, like, is there a way where you can show us what all of these products look like on the skin? Podcasting is obviously not a visual medium. Sometimes I do try and, if I'm filming with camera, hold up some of the products or whatnot so that people that are looking along on social media can see. It's a little bit tricky for me to do that, to be honest, with all of these products, and I don't always have them in front of me when I'm podcasting. So I don't know if there's a really easy way to do that. If I remember to do it, I'll try and upload a video of that combination just with the tints, because that is a really, really nice one that I'm liking at the moment. But in general, I can highly recommend Juicy Lasting Tints for Valentine's Day. I think they're perfect, and they honestly come in so many colors. Like, no matter what your preferred base is, if you've had your color scheme done like professionally recently, you will definitely be able to find a shade. There are so many of them. So that is on my list for Valentine's Day. Absolutely love them. Now, the next one is Subi's Brightening Powder Cleanser. And no, I did not just choose this one because it's pink. It's actually really perfect for anyone that might be spending a little time maybe overnight somewhere else that's not their house. Like maybe you're going on a bit of a romantic vacation. I don't know, maybe you've got a really nice hotel booked or something for the night. This is perfect because it doesn't contain water, which means it doesn't leak or spill in your bag. You can literally throw this in your handbag with you at the beginning of the day. It weighs like 45 grams, nothing. It weighs next to nothing. And that's because it contains no water. You can make it up fresh and just take your makeup or whatnot off at the end of the day with this one. And a little bit of a hack that I have for this is if you don't, say you are on the go and you don't actually have your double cleansing products there, what I do is instead of using the product how it is intended to be used, which is as a foam cleanser, that you apply the powder in your hands and foam it up in your on your hands and then apply it to your face. What you can actually do, and I've tried this multiple times and it works, is you can just add a tiny bit of water to the powder and use the grittiness of it as like a gentle exfoliant to actually help remove your makeup. And it does work. It's not going to work to budge like thick waterproof mascara or anything like that, but it does the trick. And if you use it twice, it functions basically like a double cleanse. So that is just a sneaky little hack that I have for you guys on the go. And this one doesn't have any surfactants in it or sulfate detergents. So it's not a foaming cleanser in the way that a lot of other products are, that they have a foaming agent in it. And the ingredients in it are Centella asiatica, you've got your ceramides in there, licorice, allantoin, and it does run between a pH 5.8 to 6.8. It will depend a little bit on your water, but that is no matter what it tests in at. If it's under 7, that's usually pretty good for most people that have acne prone skin, sensitive skin, or issues with a more basic formula. So between a 5.8 to a 6.8 is fine for most skin types. So that's a little sneaky hack that I have for you guys as well. Now, the next product on my list is Skin 79's Orange BB Cream. This is also 14% off at the moment as well on stylestory.com.au. And I just think that Skin 79 has stood the test of time. If you're looking for that kind of formulation that offers you the combination of high coverage, correcting marks, and dark spots. It does have a sun protection factor in there, 50 plus, but I think you would still want to be going in with your own sunscreen first and not relying on the BB cream sun protection as your primary form of sun protection. But suffice to say, it's got everything in there that you need. It comes in a compact, hygienic, and travel-friendly size, and it's also not heavily fragranced, which I know can be a little bit of a problem for some people with, foundations and BB creams and formulas and things like that. So this one has a really honestly stellar ingredients list. Considering this is technically makeup and not skincare, it's got coenzyme Q10 in it, aloe barbadensis leaf water, Centella asiatica, oat kernel extract, adenosine, and also caviar. So that is a really banging ingredients list. Like coenzyme Q10 in a BB cream, like I am there for it. So this is a really, really nice product. If you haven't tried Skin 79 or you haven't tried them for a while, they did upgrade, and it is an actual upgrade of the formulas to make them less grey. So if you haven't tried them for a while, they definitely warrant a retry. So that one is on my list. And the very last product I have on the list that I think is perfect for Valentine's Day, not only because of the packaging, but just because it is also very versatile, is our Jellicoe Dewy Glaze Toner. So this is a 2-in-1 product. It's an essence toner. It is literally bursting with juicy goodness because of the blend of ingredients in it. It's got hydrators, humectants, antioxidants. The key ingredients are betula alba leaf water, which is actually birch sap. So a really, really nutritious ingredient for the skin that it will just drink up. It comes from a plant, hyaluronic acid, blueberry, strawberry, blackberry. It's got chinaberry, adenosine, and arginine, and it comes in a really big bottle as well, 155 grams of product. Now, one of the ways that I absolutely love to use this, that I would recommend if you are doing like a bit of a look for Valentine's Day, is I use this as a primer for my BB cushions. We've actually got a video, a tutorial at the moment on Jellicoe's Instagram showing you how you can actually layer it underneath, and it just gives the perfect glow to the skin and expresses that glass skin look. But it's a totally cheap way of doing it. If you've ever tried to get glass skin before, it is not easy. It can be really time consuming and also not cheap because it will often involve like a whole host of different products. Glass skin is, of course, skin that kind of looks smooth, poreless, like a pane of glass. It needs to be quite bright as well. So to get that look to the complexion, it really is labor intensive with your skincare. You'll need all the appropriate hydrating products, brightening products, and products that leave you with the right finish to your skin. But you can totally cheat your way to glass skin with just 2 products, a Korean BB cream or BB cushion and dewy glaze toner. And what you do is apply this as the first step after your cleansing, and then go in over the top either with your sunscreen, a moisturizer if you need one, or then your BB cream, and your skin will just have this beautiful glow to it. So that is a little bit of a cheat. And the other thing that I just want to throw out there in case anyone does have a bottle to hand at the moment is do not throw out your dewy glaze toner bottles if they are empty. And we have an exciting update coming later in the year. So I just want to throw that out there now. If you have a bottle, if you're almost finished it or you're going to be finished soon, wash it out, put it to the side, and just keep it handy. Don't throw it in the bin. We will have an update for you that I think you'll like, and you'll need the bottle for it. So wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Maybe some of you can guess what that is, but I just thought I would say that because I've got 2 at the moment that I just realized my husband keeps stealing mine. That's why. He's stealing mine, and then I open another one. So I finished 2 bottles at the same time. I'm keeping them to the side because we have an announcement that will mean that they will come in handy once again. So that was my roundup of just some products that I think are nice and fun for Valentine's Day. They team with the theme. If you have a look at all of these products together, you can see what I was trying to do, but I think each and every one of them serves its own function as well. Just a little pampering self-care moment. You can take 14% off all of these as well at the moment on Style Story. You don't need any codes or anything like that. They're already on sale. But whatever you are doing for the big day, even if it's just sitting on the couch at home, that is me. I've got my little pinky finger right up. I will be spending the day working and then the night on the couch. I am long past the stage where I'm fighting with other people in Seoul to like get a booking to a hot restaurant for Valentine's Day. That time in my life as well since passed. So I will probably be doing exactly this and sitting down doing a little bit of a mask sheet and just a little bit of a home pampering session. I might even treat myself to a bubble bath. But whatever you are doing for your Valentine's Day, I hope you have a good one. Thank you very much for tuning in once again. And I will be back in your ears next week with another episode for you. That will be our K-Beauty News Update episode. If you've been hanging out for that, I'll have one for you next week. And until then, I will see you on Style Story.